If you've been following the channel, you might know that I have been a big fan of Fortnite's loading screens. I love their artwork, I love the storyline that they tell, and just some pieces in general I think are cool. Today, I wanted to sit down, go through every season of Fortnite, and pick out the best loading screen and talk about why I liked them so much. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. Unfortunately, we have to start off with something that's a little bit obvious for Chapter 1 Season 3. Of course, there were no loading screens in Chapter 1 Season 2 and Season 1, did I say Season 2 and Season 1? You get the point. There was not a ton to pick from. But this is very, very iconic. Chapter 1 Season 3, the best loading screen is Battle Royale. It encapsulates OG Fortnite perfectly, and apologies already, I'm going to be bouncing around my OBS scenes over here. Let me know if you like the structure of these videos. I'm always looking to improve for you guys, but there's not a ton to talk about with this one. And with the rest of the loading screens, I'm sure that I will be yapping a lot. Let's continue on over to Chapter 1, Season 4, Retrofit. I absolutely love this loading screen. This one, there was a lot of them that's very, very difficult to choose from, but I had to go with the Visitor. There was something special about finally unlocking this loading screen, us figuring out that there was a storyline in Fortnite. We kind of had the idea, but now we had to go okay, so the superhero theme was kind of a show, but there actually was something going on. There actually was a villain there. This rocket's gonna launch. Who the heck is this guy, right? Someone so iconic to Fortnite. This tells a beautiful story, and it fills me with a ton of nostalgia. Plus, I just really like the vibe of it. I love the Visitor typing on his screen there, the rocket ready to go. Very, very nostalgic. I really enjoy that loading screen. Let's continue on over to the next loading screen for Chapter 1, Season 5. My favorite is Fairway Fun. This one is a little bit more, and again, there were so many seasons, guys. There were so many seasons where it was very difficult to choose from, okay? Fairway Fun represented my Chapter 1 Season 5 experience that I had with a lot of my friends. We landed at Lazy Links so often because we had a particular friend that off the bus, he would be like, boys, it's the links or nothing. And then we would actually just go and play golf. And then people would come in. Back then, people weren't so crazy and they'd actually join our golf game. It was really fun, man. And when I look at this loading screen, it just fills me with a ton of nostalgia. Lazy Links is one of the best times that I've ever had playing this game. Excuse me if I just lagged a little bit there, but I loved it, man. I loved it. Let's continue on over to Chapter 1, Season 6. Again, a lot of great loading screens, but Remembrance has to take the cake. This is one of those loading screens that I just believe to be beautiful. I love it. I love the little sparkles coming off of the flower, and why am I having a blank on the POI name? Oh my god. Not Leaky Lake. That wasn't it. Was it Leaky Lake? Oh my god, it's good. That's gonna bother me, but we're not gonna stress about it. You have the nice mountain in the background there. You have two iconic skins from that season. You know, the zombies haven't approached yet, but Calamity is just a great looking skin in general. Her looking at the flower is just, it's a beautiful, beautiful piece of Fortnite art over here. Plus, if you're a lore fan, of course, you can see AIM over on the other side there. It is filled with some storyline. It's filled with just beauty in general. I really, really like the design of this loading screen. I think it was a very nice piece of art. Let's continue on to Chapter 1, Season 7, Crackshot Special. This one, and there was a lot to choose from Chapter 1, Season 7 as well, guys, but this one captures the Christmas spirit. You guys remember the beautiful Christmas music playing, waking up that day, watching this trailer, Crackshot Cabin. I love this one. And I love that it's a picture of Crackshot's cabin with the Christmas stuff on the table as well. You have the ornaments. You have the hot chocolate mug up there with the llamas. It looks great. You have the gingerbread man, the Santa hat. This encapsulates the Christmas spirit that Chapter 1 Season 7 did so well in capturing amazingly. I loved this loading screen. I thought it was great. But out of Chapter 1 Season 8, again, another one with some great loading screens. Breakthrough had to take the cake. This one has a little bit of storyline resemblance to me. I remember being so fascinated by this story back then when the vault finally got opened, when we finally figured out that there was a vault. That's what the government at the time was digging up. I loved making those pillars actually go into the vault, and when we actually got this loading screen, we figured out, okay, what's actually going to happen down here? Back then, we didn't have leaks ruining everything, so people were actually saying, what if it is a vault? What if something's coming out of there? We know that there's a monster. What if that's where the monster's hiding? There were so many theories, speculation, amazing things going on, and with the Fortnite community coming together with this, it was a really fun time to be a Fortnite fan, and I think that loading screen encapsulates all of those memories. Plus, I like the design of it. I like the skins kind of like on the outside looking down in on the vault with the water on the side from Loot Lake. I think it's a very pretty loading screen. This was a very, very nice one. Now, Chapter 1, Season 9. While there were great loading screens in Chapter 1, Season 9, one of them takes the cake and is one of my favorite loading screens in Fortnite history. Singularity, Chapter 1, Season 9, Ready to Fight. With the mech finally being built. Again, a storyline resemblance. We finally figured out that the mech was here, it was building, and even in the name of the thing, even with the name of the loading screen, Ready to Fight, we knew that a fight was actually coming with the mech and the monster. Plus, Singularity is an amazing skin. We get an inside look at Pressure Plant at night. Singularity looking great, looking at the mech. This is just an amazing loading screen in general. Plus, we finally got to see that helmet that we were wondering about for so long. I think this one is just a pretty well-designed loading screen, kind of like we were talking about with Chapter 1, Season 6. But let's talk about one of my favorite seasons of all time. This one was probably the most difficult to narrow down as a favorite to pick. And it's not the end. It's not waving goodbye to the Battle Bus, guys. I don't know why. I like this one the best. Chapter 1, Season X, The Return. I don't know what it is about it. I love watching Fatal Fields get torn up. I love that it's all like normal and sunny where the farmer is, and it's just chaotic. The loot island's over there. Kevin's back tearing things up. It's that classic Fortnite storm cloud to it. This is one of those where I just think it's a very, very nice piece of art. Very chaotic. Represented the season well. And I really, really loved this loading screen. So that does it for Chapter 1, though. Let's talk about Chapter 2. Out of all of the loading screens in Chapter 2, Season 1, I personally thought Hunter and the Hunted was the best of the loading screens. I don't know why. Yeah, you know what? There is storyline there. There is. And I don't know what it is, guys. I just enjoy this one. I think it's a nice piece of art. I like that Ripley. Sorry, I had to think about it. Ripley and... Why am I forgetting? Toxin? No, Toxin. Chick? I think it was Chick. Why am I forgetting all of these? Man, but to be fair, this was years ago at this point. This was 2019 we're talking about over here. I don't know, man. I like the glow. I like him eating an apple while Chick is telling him to shush and everybody's looking for them. I just think it's a cool loading screen. This one's my favorite out of Chapter 2, Season 1. Hunter and the Hunted. Let's continue on to a very easy one. That being Chapter 2, Season 2, we are going to be going with Dangerous Waters. I love that the Chaos Agent is there. I love that we were talking about the prison for so long. I love that we knew something was going on with the shark. Sky's up there too. The shark is one of my favorite POIs in the entirety of Fortnite. And I like the artwork of this one. I like the style, I guess you can call it. I'm not too big on like art terms or anything like that. Just the way that this is kind of drawn out. And in Chapter 2, we kind of gotten into more unique art pieces. This is one that I really liked. Like up here, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see my mouse. Sorry about that, guys. You can see like the different like shade of the clouds, the way that it's just represented over there, going over the moon. I think it's just really well done. I think it's a great loading screen. I like that the water is red. I don't know why it's red, but it just paints a really nice picture, man. I love this loading screen. I still use it to this day. Now, Chapter 2, Season 3 was one of the seasons where I didn't believe there was too strong of a loading screen, but one did stand out. And typically it's not my style, but I'll tell you why I think it's cool. It's going to be Sightseer. I like the idea because we had that little theme with the astronauts that season, and of course we had the flood theme. I like the way that space is blended with the water. I can't describe exactly like how it's drawn, but you have the bubbles going up and the bubbles are actually turning into stars. While this particular style of artwork isn't something that I'm really a fan of, I can really appreciate what was done here. I love like it's all undersea. The station's still there. She's floating up. That's what the character was going to be doing in the storyline. And it's going into space, and you still have those same elements. Like, the scribbles are kind of like the same as the waves, and the air bubbles are also turning into stars. I just think it's really cool, and I think it's really well done. Out of everything out of Chapter 2, Season 3, I thought this was a very, very nice loading screen. Let's continue on to Chapter 2, Season 4. Again, very difficult to choose one down, to narrow one down, but out on a limb, I think stands out. Again, I really, really like the way that this just looks. The style of it is very peaceful. You have Groot and all of his particles coming up, hanging out with Bush Ranger. I love when you have the two, like the collaboration along the Fortnite characters kind of going together. I love the battle bus with the sun there. And most importantly, I love Rocket sitting on a giant backpack or a gun. I don't even know what that is, but they're all hanging out on a tree. I love the tone of it, the feel of it. It's very peaceful. It's nostalgic for Chapter 2 Season 4. I thought this was a very, very good loading screen and a fantastic piece of art. Let's continue on over to Chapter 2 Season 5. There were a lot of great ones, a lot of collaboration ones, but again, one did stand out. Xenoslurp. I thought this one was very nice. Very nice. I'm a fan of Alien, and I was really, really excited to see the Xenomorph come to the Fortnite item shop. And he's in the... I don't know where he's supposed to be. If he's supposed to be just in his ship, but he's eating the slurp. Come on, it's drooling out of his mouth. I love that. You can see, like... and you could even see... And okay, I didn't make sure my face cam wasn't covering it. You can see, like, a dead Peely skull. I'm assuming it's a dead Peely skull up there. Like, right here. It's a little bit difficult to see. But there's a lot going on over here. You even have a Chug Jug back here. Like, I think this is another one of those things where it's just an incredible piece of art. I hope I'm not repeating myself too much in this video, guys. It's just... I really love Fortnite and their loading screens. If they sold them in the shop, man, I guarantee you I'd be buying some, okay? Now, Chapter 2 Season 6 has one of my favorite loading screens in the entirety of Fortnite. This is, dare I say, top 5, okay? Chapter 2 Season 6 had the Spire Shadow. Look at this. Look at this. I love the style. I love the Spire. I love what's going on with the 0 point. I love the Spire Assassin just standing there looking on the horizon. It's so cool. Guys, this picture is just beautiful. I don't even know necessarily what to break down besides, like, look how cool that style is. Look what they drew. This is a beautiful piece of artwork. I love it. This is one of the greatest loading screens that Fortnite has ever released. And I don't even care for Spire Assassin that much. I think it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Incredible. Incredible. One of the greatest loading screens in Fortnite history. Let's continue on to one of my favorite seasons in Fortnite history, Chapter 2 Season 7. Believe it or not, they didn't have too many strong loading screens, but I went with Cattle Royale. I had a lot of fun with the UFOs. This reminds me of the UFOs. I know everybody's going crazy about the skin back in the day, and of course you have the classic, like, cows getting sucked up by a UFO thing. I thought it was cool. I like the milk coming out of the cow, the cow skin for Jonesy. Getting abducted was a huge part of Chapter 2 Season 7. It fills me with a lot of memories, and I like the night theme along with it too. Just they're getting abducted in the night. It's just Jonesy and a bunch of cows. Kind of funny, kind of weird, kind of fit the theme of the season. I enjoy this one. Cattle Royale is the best loading screen of Chapter 2 Season 7. Now, for Chapter 2 Season 8, I couldn't help myself, but I had to go with a collab. I want you guys to sit down and tell me that this isn't beautiful. Chapter 2 Season 8, The Summit. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. Oh, the skins are extremely clean. I have no idea who's at the top. Probably some other shop skins. I love the Eclipse. I love whatever ghostly weird things happening with those skins going up. I like that they're probably at the weather station-ish area. The battle bus up top too. I don't know, man. I just think it's an excellent photo. I just do. It was probably taken in game and just, enhanced. Super cool. Super cool. The angle's great. They're looking up at other skins. I just think it's an incredible piece of art. Like we were talking about Chapter 2 Season 6. I can't really break down exactly what makes it do great, but I really, really enjoyed it. Let's continue on to Chapter 3 Season 1. Shockingly, a little bit weaker on the side of loading screens for Chapter 3 Season 1, but I thought Zoological Peacemaker was my favorite one. We all love Columbo. I love Columbo. This screen just makes me think, oh, what a nostalgic, amazing time I had playing that season. The battle bus. And again, you have that, I don't know, I don't want to call it weird because weird sounds bad, but I don't mean it in bad, but it's like a different style of art. I enjoy it for what it is. I like the birds, the way the battle bus is drawn, and the Zoological Peacemaker, that being Columbo, being friendly with the Cuddle team leader. Very, very nice loading screen. I like this one a lot, and I miss Columbo. I missed that season. It really makes me think of Chapter 3 Season 1 in a very positive way. Chapter 3 Season 2, a little bit more of the same. A little bit weaker on the side of loading screens, but out of all of them, my favorite is Foiled Plans. This has some storyline relevance. I'm a fan of Dr. Sloan, and I kind of like the orangish vibe going on here. I like the style of it. She's angry, smashing all of the keys. You can see what's going on the screens over there with the 7. Very cool, man. Very cool. I like the story that it told. I like the vibe that it has. I like the art style. Very clean loading screen, in my opinion. Let's continue on over to Vibin. Now, I actually hate the skin that I'm about to show you. But I legitimately, I don't remember if I was continuing the crew or if I signed up for the crew again, because Chapter 3 was a time where I finally had enough of the crew and I was like, okay, the skins suck. I'm getting rid of it. But this one I copped for the loading screen. I'm not kidding you. Inky Reflection. Look at this. Look how cool this is. I don't know what to say. Like, it's a mirrored image of the ink going up, and it's like all cloudy. I'm a big fan of gray, cloudy, weird things, guys. Like, I loved fog on the Fortnite map. Weirdly, gray is one of my favorite colors. It's between that and a certain shade of blue. I'm probably like the only person in the entire world that gray is his favorite color. But as much as I don't like this skin, I just don't like it. I don't like it. The loading screen's so cool. I love like the little ripple effect with the water, with the ink dripping in, or she's standing in ink or water. I don't even know, but the ink is dripping. I love it. It's dripping from the top. It's going from the bottom to the top. Like, it's kind of like almost trippy in a sense. I think this is a beautiful piece of art. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This is one of the best loading screens in Fortnite history, and I still use this one. Let's continue on over to the Chapter 3, Season 4, Welcome to Paradise. Chapter 3 in general was a little bit weak on the loading screens. Out of everything that we saw from that season, I thought this one stood out, and it's the original key art, of course. I like that they're stepping through the chrome. I like the vibe of the season. It really had that, that really scary, spooky feeling. When we first saw the key art to it, everybody's like, oh my god, what the heck are they stepping in? And it brings me back to it a little bit, and I really, really enjoyed Chapter 3, Season 4. It brings me back to the vibes. I think this is a very, very nice loading screen. Let's continue on over to Chapter 4, Season 1, The Ageless Champion. This is a very, again, unique piece of artwork. Different style. But man, is this one of the best in the entirety of Chapter 4. I don't know what's different about it. Obviously, it's a different style, but I can't really, put my finger on it. I love the war that's going on. I love the dirt, like the attention to detail in the dirt, the particles flying up, the lightning in the sky, the battle bus, and of course you have the Citadel. All of it looks incredible. Plus, I don't know what the heck is going on in Geno's chest, but oh, it looks so good. I was actually talking to Cyan about this one a long time ago, but he really, really likes this piece of art as well. Let's continue on over to Chapter 4, Season 2. Very difficult for this one. I liked a lot of artwork in this one, but A World Without Walls stood out. Eren Yeager, and the name is also very, very good. If you're a fan of Attack on Titan, Eren Yeager standing at A World Without Walls. Mega City just looks brilliant. You have him standing up, ready to fight, representing the chaos and the amazing times that we've had in Mega City. The ODM gear was phenomenal. And this really makes me think back to one of the most fun times I've ever had playing Fortnite. And Mega City, I could just drive around there on a bike. I could swing around with the Spider-Man and the ODM gear. All of it. All of it was amazing. Mega City is one of the most beautiful looking POIs we've ever had. I love the hollow reflections. I love the design on the buildings, the trees, all of it. This is another incredible work of art, and at night Mega City just looked stunning. Let's continue on to Chapter 4, Season 3. While I am a fan of Wilds, guys, the loading screens were a little bit weak this time around, but I thought Clawsome Meowskulls ended up standing out just a little bit. I don't know. I like the art style for this one. I hope you guys can understand, maybe what kind of vibe really resonates with me. It's kind of like that hyper-realistic one like we just saw with, what was it? Oh, the Xenomorph, excuse me. The Xenomorph, and I kind of like this one like we were just talking about with Groot and a couple other photos. Plus, I like that we have Peely in the hiding around I don't know if you want, is he a tree or is he just hiding in the tree? I don't know, man. I thought it was a clean loading screen out of all of them. I thought this one was the best. Let's continue on over to Chapter 4, Season 4. One of the best loading screens again in Fortnite history, in my opinion. Chapter 4, Season 4, Cosmic Connection. Beautiful. I don't know what the heck is going on with the two styles. Nothing ever came from the storyline, but it looks like a darker half and a lighter half coming together. And a lot of people were speculating like, okay, that looks like an OG tree. That looks like OG grass. Is the lighter half of this character bringing her into better times in OG Fortnite? There was actually a lot of conversation that took place here, but I just liked it in general, man. Where was it this loading screen that had the cube cradle? There was something that people were really dissecting with this loading screen, but I don't recall exactly what it was. Maybe it was this star. It must have been. It must have been. I remember there was something in space in this particular loading screen, and it wasn't the OG stuff. It was something like this star, but I don't see anything else to really go off of. Maybe it was something about this void. I'm not too sure. Like over here, of course, if you can't see it, it's just like a nice little void that we have going on over here. But I love this. Even her just like walking on the line coming out of the eclipse, her just coming out of the portal with the OG map. Beautiful piece of art. I really, really love this one. I love the skin. I love the art. very cool. It only sucks that we never ended up getting a storyline out of it. But let's continue on over to Chapter 4, Season OG. What else are we going to pick, guys? What else are we going to pick? OG Homecoming. We have the reversed version of the first loading screen that we took a look at that is also on this list. How could you not pick this one? Whoever came up with this at Epic is brilliant. Captured the same feeling. We're back. It's OG. New skins, new pass. We all loved Fortnite OG. Incredible, guys. Incredible. If you haven't seen the other side, of course, there you go. I love it, man. This represented it so well, and I really, really love Jonesy like peeking over the wall and everybody just going crazy. We got the drift boards, the ballers, the new skins. Very well done by Epic Games for this one. I love this loading screen. Let's continue on to Chapter 5. This one had one that really stood out in my opinion. Again, dare I say top 10 loading screen of all time. Chapter 5 had some beautiful loading screens, guys. Chapter 5, Season 1, Welcome to the Underground. I love the train, the winter vibes. It was super cool. I like the riot shield. I don't know what it is. I think this is a very, very, again, nice piece of art. Everybody coming out of the train at night. Winter's always a great time to play games in Fortnite. All of this is really nice. Hope was great. Jonesy looks great. You have the mansion in the back too. Very, very cool. I also loved this loading screen. Chapter 5, Season 2, though, has, in my opinion, again, a top 5 loading screen. This might be my favorite loading screen in Fortnite history. Either that or the Spire Assassin one that we've already taken a look at for Chapter 2, Season 6. Chapter 4, Season 2 had Stygian Temptation, and this is beautiful. With Jonesy and Hope looking at Pandora's box, and what I'm having a blank. Grimgate, or was it just the Underworld? Regardless, I don't know how to describe how this is so beautiful. I love the design of the stars. I love the shade of green that they used. And I have trouble describing it for you guys. Like, you can kind of see like how it seems like they like tapped on the screen or dabbled on something to make the flames. You guys kind of get like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm not an artist. I'm sorry if that kind of takes away from the video, but I find it fascinating. The lighting from the orange of Pandora's box going onto the water. The water is all green. It looks like they're straight up in space, but they're not really. Like, this is amazing. It captured the essence of the giant Pandora's box. I love what's going on within Pandora's box. It's starting to open. The chaos is releasing. This is not only one of the most visually appealing loading screens that we've had in Fortnite, but I absolutely love the story that it told. It's between this and the Spire Assassin loading screen that are my two favorite loading screens in Fortnite history. Chapter 5 killed it with the loading screens. And it was difficult to choose in Chapter 5 Season 3 as well because, and it's a little bit weird to choose this one because it has nothing to do with the Mad Max theme, but I liked Cursed Sails the best. I'm a big fan of pirates. I loved the ship in the bottle. This makes me think of the ship in the bottle. This makes me think of some fun streams that I've had with Lit, Carlo, and Sizzo playing this season. Like, we were just messing around with the pirate ships. I love the Jack Sparrow skin. I like I haven't watched all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, but from what I have seen, I really enjoyed it. I love the mixture of the Fortnite characters as well. We are revisiting the Pirate Fish Stick, which is a skin that I've loved since Chapter 1. All of it's great. I love that they're running away from the ship in the bottle, and I just like the spooky pirate ghost theme in general. This is like appealing to my personal taste. So Cursed Sails is the best loading screen of Chapter 5 Season 3. But let's talk about Chapter 5 Season 4. Again, another very tough one. But I had to go with Impending Doom. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hope coming in. Doom's like essence, his presence was really felt in this loading screen. And Hope finally getting the courage to take down Dr. Doom, has the Captain America shield. I love the way that this looks. I love the way this is represented. I love how big Doom is compared to Hope. I love how high we are up in the sky compared to Doom's castle there. This is an incredible piece of art. Impending Doom stood out for Chapter 5 Season 4. And finally, let's talk about Chapter 5 Season Remix. This one was a no-brainer for me. I actually really, really like the way that they did this. Call it a remix. It's kind of like another angle of what we've seen within Chapter 2. I love the skins, the brand new skins. I'm a big fan of the 8-ball skin, and they're looking off to the agency. I know there's some changes there, but you can see the rig, you can see the shark, you can see everything. There are some changes that I personally don't necessarily like, but I love the clouds there. Also, Juice WRLD can be seen at the top in the background over here. This was also a very, very well done loading screen, and it kind of feels like the map is scrunched, but I don't think it is. Like, I don't know, man. Like, They captured so much of the Chapter 2 island that I love it. This looks really, really good. Chapter 5 Season Remix, Call to Remix, is the best loading screen of Chapter 5 Season Remix. Now, I know that you might be waiting for the Chapter 6 loading screens, guys, but I thought that it would be a great idea to call it after Chapter 5 so we can revisit this down the road. The first 5 chapters of Fortnite, these are the best loading screens. I'd love to hear from you down below in the comments. Thank you very much for watching this video. Why don't you check out my tier list video ranking every season in Fortnite? That was a very in-depth video, very well done in my opinion. I would love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching the video, everybody. Take care.